Hey, I'm Ted Santos, and I've been talking to you about the top reasons you can't find love. And today, while I'm up to number 27, can you believe 27 reasons you can't find love? The number 27 reason you can't find love is a big one. And like this video, is kind of black and white. There's no gray area in this one. And it's one that's swept under the rug. All you have to do is ask people a simple question. What do you want in a relationship? Most will tell you what they don't want, so they don't actually answer the question. Pretty slick, isn't it? If you guess the number 27 reason you can't find love is that you don't know what you want in a relationship, you guessed correctly. People will avoid the question by saying, I'll know it when I see it. Perhaps part of the reason people are unable to answer the question of what they do want is because they don't know what they offer. If you go deeper, people don't know what it takes to make a relationship work. Imagine you don't know what you offer and you don't know what it takes to make it work. That's a disaster waiting to explode. This is why chemistry is such a big deal for people. Chemistry is based on momentary feelings. Knowing what you want from another person and what you want in a relationship, that's the result of long-term thinking and understanding. If you want to stump someone, ask them what they want. While it's a simple question, they'll squirm in their seat. Some may attempt to answer by saying they want marriage and children. Hell, marriage is a one-day affair. It's a wedding, and marriage is the result of a wedding. And a wedding is a one-day affair. And children, eventually they leave. So, what relationship will you have after the wedding? What kind of relationship will you have before and after children? Perhaps part of the problem is people have fantasies about relationships and they'll never tell you about their Hollywood fantasies. Plus, they don't want to be responsible for making the fantasy happen. They expect the other person to do all the work. They express that with this new buzzword. They say relationships should be effortless. Effortless means the other person puts in the effort and the relationship just magically happens. Instead of using Hollywood fantasies and fairy tales to measure what you want in a relationship, take inventory of yourself. Be realistic about who you are and who's a match for you. For example, if you want a well-traveled person who speaks several languages and you've never left your neighborhood, you actually may not have enough to make that relationship work. So, what are you willing to do, or even what are you willing to be responsible for to have the relationship you want? How are you willing to develop yourself into the person who can create the relationship you want? So, what are you willing to be responsible for, and what are you willing to create, to develop? How are you willing to develop yourself? Simply focusing on those two questions can get you a lot closer to understanding what you want. Fairy tales and Hollywood will just get you further. The gap gets bigger, and that's pretty black and white. I'll be back with more.